Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Are you currently suffering a transformation? Even a digital transformation? Do you have a transformation strategy? Congratulations, you are not alone. Things are being transformed left and right and center. New processes, new IT, new systems, new coffee machines, new collaboration rooms, fancier than my recently renovated living room. But somehow we are not getting where we wanted to go to, I think. Or put it more carefully, we do arrive somewhere. But if we are honest, it does not quite feel like the target we wanted to reach. Or why else would McKinsey conclude that 70% of all transformation fail? Why is that? And I asked this question because I couldn't answer for a long time. So my name is Susanne Ratzenberger, as I was introduced. I'm transformation lead at E.ON, and I made many transformations for many years in that role and also in other roles. I have been CFO for decades. And I have a lot of experience from the root. And the most important support I had in the last years and in the past was Dr. Alexander Bogner. I had been working with him in matters of transformation. But Alexander will say in a few minutes some words to his person. The longer I worked with this issue transformation, the more clearly I saw something that truly concerns me. Transformations 10, 20 years ago, we did not call it transformation, felt to be easier. Yes, there were frictions, and we had to put in a lot of effort, but the target seemed to be reachable. More reachable than today, in my opinion. And in my opinion, that's because today the wheel is spinning so fast that we hardly can keep up. If we start a change, and before we are half the way through, then the world has already changed again completely, and the next topic is already waiting, and one after that also. That's my observation from many years of practice, and it stayed with me. And why is this happening? And why does it keep getting harder instead of easier? The answer I found surprised me, and it went deeper than I thought.
Mitte.
Bitte?
Mitte.
Mitte. So, the world is receiving an update, a radical one. It has become exponentially fast, radically connected, fundamental, unpredictable. And for the first time in history, the world is developing faster than our organizations can make decisions. And now look into our organizations. What do you see? Silos, hierarchy, decisions traveling upwards, alignment loops, never-ending alignment loops. Because that's exactly what the system was designed for. Escalation as a default. And a functionally fragmented responsibility. The world outside is connecting, and we build silos. The world outside is accelerating, and we escalate upwards. The world outside is getting more complex, and we respond with control and reorganization after reorganization. And this is not a failure of the system. This is its logic. This operating system, plan, execute, control, optimize, was brilliant for a time where the circumstances has been constant. It created prosperity, maximized efficiency, and it gave millions of people meaningful work. It was the right answer for the challenges of its time. But the world raised its speed. Not so the operating system, because it couldn't. And that's, in my opinion, the real core of the problem. The system isn't broken, it is still running. But it's running at a speed that was built for a different world. And the gap between the speed of the world and the speed of our operating systems is growing day for day. And that's the critical point. Because every leader feels that we are moving too slowly. We even measure it in our KPIs, in our project status reports, in our melon reporting, outside green, inside red, in our satisfaction scores. But that's exactly the trap. We measure symptoms because we were taught to do that. But measuring the symptoms doesn't tell us why we are too slow. It shows us the result, but not the cause. The cause is deeper in the patterns of our operating system, in how decisions and informations flow, which narratives are told, where responsibility actually lies, who is empowered to act and who waits for sign-off. What we actually need is an operating system that is built for today's speed, one where information flows, where decisions are made, where the knowledge and the experience is, and not where the hierarchy ends, where innovation isn't strangled by coordination groups, and where efficiency and renewal are possible at the same time. And this is not the failure of the people. It's the wrong system the people are caught to work in. Because you can motivate and coach a person, but you can't change a system if you don't recognize it as a system and if you don't address it as a system. And that's what we learned, and that's what we worked about. And the question that followed was, how can you change that system in a way that is holistic and systematic, so that change truly lands in measurable values, as you said before? And our answer was a kind of end-to-end framework, a diamond standard for transformation that keeps all the relevant dimensions of transformation in view and monitor at the same time. And this not only used in one project, one time, or in one initiative, but ongoing on our day-to-day business. We made this transformation engine, and that is an engine that changes the operating system. And this engine we call Scale. Alexander will tell you why. And I'm very happy that you can bring us deeper to this issue. But first, two sentences to you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Susanne. Very happy to be here. Thank you very much for the invitation. My name is Alex. I help, maybe for the last 15 years, companies, big corporations, through transformation processes to be successful, but especially to make sustainable transformation. And what I want to do is now, in the last, what do we have, 3 minutes, 4 minutes? How much is left? No, 0 minutes?
You have 4
4 minutes. Okay, I speed up. So maybe three things I want to do. First of all, I want to give you a short glimpse why we build it, why we build Scale. Second, I want to jump into Scale, so I want to show you how it works on a high level, I would say, within 2 minutes. And the third topic is that I really want to invite you to the round table then where we can go deeper. So that are the 3 topics. So why we build it? First of all, we had a big belief: transformation is not a project. Transformation is a process. That was the big foundation of our model. Second, we had the requirements from E.ON, but also from other customers, that transformation is a business driver. Transformation is not a learning program. Transformation is not a separate checklist, is not a separate classroom exercise. Transformation is only for the business, to make the business better. Third, it should be a quality standard. So what we have seen is that within transformation initiatives, everything is done totally differently, even in the same company. So there's no measurability or if transformation is successful or not. And last but not least, we want to have a very fluid framework where you can jump into the topic that is most painful for you right now, so you don't have to start at the beginning and go through the end. So that were the whys, why we built it, and now let's jump into it, into Scale. Yeah. So first of all, Scale is based on 5 pillars: S, strategy; C for coherence; A for architecture; L for leadership; and E for execution. That are our 5 pillars for transformation. And sometimes I hear people, yeah, that is very obvious. What's new in there? The thing is, reality looks a little bit different, that it's not so always there. So within the strategy topic, every transformation needs a vision. And so I liked your presentation a lot. It needs a vision and needs a mission. It also should be very clear about the value proposition the transformation delivers. Very, very clear. What value do we want to approach? And it needs some strategic targets. Very obvious, I would say 50% of all projects, initiatives, transformation topics I have seen in the last 15 years didn't have that pillar. They started something, it wasn't defined. Next one, coherence, also very important. Coherence means that we align everybody into this transformation. How do we align everybody into this transformation? That's the big topic, how to align the organization. So first of all, it is really great to have a target picture. We need a roadmap for that. As I said, it's very obvious, but to connect all these topics, I think, is the beauty of the model. We need some concepts and we need the stakeholder alignment. And as I was just shown that I have 2 minutes, I need to speed up. Next one, architecture. There is no transformation on this planet that has no influence on organizational structure, on roles, on responsibilities, on skills of the people, and of course on processes and systems, but they came last. Leadership. Every transformation starts with leadership and with the mindset of the leaders. There need to be something that changes, and therefore the mindset needs to change. Probably new values, and we developed 2 special programs. It's called a Flow on Leadership program, where we use flow methods to energize the company very successfully, and also a high-performing team program. Last but not least, the execution. We need a target system, we need a performance management system, and I love the topic collaboration and communication, because the simple topic how meetings are designed in companies is such a big pain in the ass in every company I was in the last 15 years. Last but not least, operational methods, things like do we do things like agile or hybrid or things like that. So that's the horizontal dimension of Scale. There's also a vertical dimension in scale. Every bubble you see here has a set of methods, standard quality methods, how we want to do that. And these methods are divided into 3 levels. First, reacting. We need to be quick and short. Second, redesign. We think with our brain and redesign things. Last level, deepest level, reframing. We really go into our heart and set on a greenfield approach and really reframe things on that. The third dimension of scale is the energetic level. I'm nearly at the end. Is the energetic level, and there we use flow methods to energize the people, to energize the teams, and to energize the organization. So that was scale in a nutshell. Now, E.ON, Susanne, what's going on? No light, no energy?
It's the street of Hormuz, I think.
E.ON wanted you to stop. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, so that was scale. We implemented it very, very successfully at E.ON. The invitation for our roundtable is really, if you like to bring your current biggest pain point, and we will go through the scale and maybe see what's the first step to get into the transformation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.